Hello everyone. I just gave my exam on 23rd of June and I scored a total of 760 Q50 V42. So I thought, why not I come online and share a quick debrief with you guys. It would be, like a 3 months plan, which I have thought a lot about it and which will cater to students from all different categories, whether you have just begun your preparation, whether you're in the middle or whether you are already doing good. I feel it should be helpful to everyone. So first thing would be to decide which is your strong area. So you can start by giving the mocks that are freely available on mb.com. So the first would be the mocks on mb.com and you realize which section you are weak in, which section you are strong in. Second, I would suggest you to start with your strong section because first it will build your confidence. So you know that you're progressing in your prep and you're already halfway. So it would be then comparatively easier for you to attack your weaker section and ace that target score. So you start. I would suggest I won't be suggesting you a typical resources like OG for quant because frankly I don't think it is that useful and I didn't find such questions in my GMAT at all. For verbal, definitely OG is a good resource, and I would suggest that everyone should do the OG for verbal. So start doing, your strong area. GMAT Club is a excellent resource out there. But to get a structure to your prep, I would suggest, getting access to any online course material. It could be Indian companies or companies like Manhattan, Princeton, Veritas, whatever you feel comfortable with. The course out there is more or less the same. So start with a structured course. That is your first step to your prep. Post that, I'm not recommending till now to go to GMAT Club and start solving questions right away. Finish this. While doing this prep, you should ensure that you are doing it in a timely manner. I would give an example. So if you have around 2 minutes in GMAT exam for quant, pace your time in a way that you give yourself only 1.5 minutes in your prep. Other thing I would like to emphasize is you should get in a habit of reading questions only once. So if you are giving yourself that luxury of time reading questions 3 times, 4 times when you are practicing at home, subconsciously you are training your mind to do the same in the exam. An exam doesn't give you luxury of time, so you will definitely fall short of time. So train your mind in a way that you are very well prepared. Give your exam and read question once only. So once you get in a habit, it would get a lot easier for you to solve a question in 1.5 minutes. So this was for quant, this works for verbal, all the three sections, SC, CR, RC. So, so once you're quite sure that your accuracy is now between 85 to 90% in, the OG that you are solving, tough questions, previous year OG questions that you might have solved, then now you can switch to GMAT Club and solve the selective tests on the same topic. And if you are scoring 85 to 90%, you are good to go. Only thing that you have to do is give yourself 30 minutes daily for the same topic you are very good at. So you are just kind of revising the concept, solving few questions. You don't have to stress about I'm forgetting something. If you are scoring in 90% accuracy, you would do that in exam too. Anyway, it is not an exam that would test you on a structure, method, formulas. Every good question in GMAT is like a puzzle that has to be solved. So you have to build depth in a concept, and once the depth is there, you don't have to go and revisit it again and again. I don't think that would be needed. So now, so once you're through with your strong topics, comes your weak topics. Weak topics can take you typically more time, so you'll have to follow a different strategy here. I won't recommend you solving any OG questions till the time you're going through the theory. So go through the theory at least 3 times, whatever resource you're following, especially for sentence correction. I would recommend EGMAT videos. Those were very helpful actually. in verbal. So once you have gone through the videos, you have gone through the concepts, you have seen the illustrative examples, now is the time you can come back to OG and start solving questions. Often in your prep, you will be confused between two or three answer options. Don't take the comfort that, if I'm able to get down to two answer options, I'm doing good. Or maybe, my accuracy in exam can improve because, now I'm in a state where, two answer options, I would mark one and it can get right. If you're getting to two answer options, that means your understanding of the question is okay, but your understanding of the answer options are not okay. You are missing some concept behind the question, because in GMAT or questions, official questions, there is no way. At times we get too hooked up on one option and then we just neglect the other answer options. Never do this in your prep, because again you will subconsciously train your mind to do that same in the exam. So practice in a way where whether you are you are on evaluating each answer options and ensuring why you have marked something and what are the logic that makes the other answer options correct. If you will follow this approach rigorously for 2 months, I'm 100% sure you will build a depth that is needed for acing the verbal in GMAT. The other resources that I would recommend you is Harvard Magazine and WSJ, Wall Street Journal. Stop reading Times of India, Hindustan Times, even Hindu. If you'll start reading WSJ and Harvard, what will happen? Why I'm recommending? Because there are few things or social structures, I would say, which is very different from India, if you're from India, or if you are from Asia, Africa, that is very different from the US culture. So when you go through those, you understand what different kind of culture things exist around. So at times when a question comes and you're not aware of the background about the question, it helps you out there. So it will help you, save from that one odd question that might come and you might not understand the, what the premise is saying. And so obviously without understanding the premise, you will mark the wrong conclusion, or what makes the conclusion strong, or evaluating the argument, you would have no sense of that. So once you have done your concepts, once you have done your OG, now this is the time you can go to GMAT Club, because OG and your concepts are only basics of your prep. Now comes the time when you will start practicing for acing the higher difficulty level questions. And 1 to 1.5 months you devote for your concepts in OG. 1.5 months dedicatedly you devote to your questions with difficulty, higher difficulty level. At that time, don't go back and solve basic questions. So now start with your GMAT, take selective tests, and start building on. If a question is too tough, don't neglect it. Try to understand the concept behind it, and that would always help you. So once you have done practice for 3 months, now is the time to attempt mock. I would repeat, don't try to attempt mock in between this process. Now you have plenty of mocks available from Manhattan, Veritas, Kaplan, official mocks, of course. So I would recommend not starting with official mocks at first. Keep your official mocks for the last, because official mocks is not only for the practice of questions, it is also about practicing the interface that you will be experiencing in your exam, because it is quite similar to the MB.com mocks. So practice your mocks. If you think you are in a range of around 20 to 30 points of your target score, I think you're in the right direction. So give your all the mocks, then come to MBA.com mocks. Once you are scoring in your range, schedule your exam. Now, most important question which every student has in its mind: when to schedule my exam? I have a very different approach on this. I recommend scheduling the exam as close as possible. So once you are doing good in your mocks, you are prepared, don't wait too long. Just schedule your GMAT within a week's time. Go ahead, give it, and it would be good. You'll come out with flying colors because you have followed a structure, you have prepared for 3 months, and you have scored good in mocks. So there is no chance you won't score good in the final exam. This is a broad structure which should work for everyone. If you are already in middle of your prep, you can go to GMAT Club resources. You can follow the 700 plus level questions that your institute or whatever course you have joined, they might be giving you. But again, I will emphasize concept building is the most important part. If you feel you are solving the questions, you are doing silly mistakes, something is not clicking you in the exam or in the mocks, it is never a silly mistake. 90% of the time, there is a concept behind it that you have missed it, that is not strong. I would request with folded hands to go back, visit those concepts, understand why you were wrong, and then only move on because that will only save you in GMAT. To talk about the new GMAT patterns that have come across in May, June 2021, GMAT has to stay relevant. GMAT has a competitor GRE. It all depends on how accurately GMAT is able to filter out candidate at various difficulty levels. So GMAT is adapting. GMAT is introducing different kind of questions in quant, in RC, in verbal. So a standard one-fit-all solution won't work. Only thing that will work is your understanding of the concepts, is your deep rooted confidence in a topic that would sail you through. So I would end my discussion with this. All the best, guys. Best of luck for your exam. You can comment below this video. You can subscribe to my channel. And I would be posting a lot of tips and tricks in my coming videos to help you out with your prep. Thank you.